I do believe that it means it's crunch time.
Someone's mowing their lawn. Maybe it's our lawn. I hope so. I've been excited. This is the week they start.
You're excited?
Yeah. There's a lot of weeds that need to be chopped down.
Things I think about ever. Not that. Things I think about during all of this.
Not that.
Definitely not that.
It's the little things, Steven.
The amount of time we've even been outside is just like, it's super minimal.
I've been excited.
You're the one that generally checks the mail.
Yeah.
So you're the one going outside and seeing like, oh, weeds high. And I'm like, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Breakfast Stream. Hope everyone's having a fairly pleasant Thursday morning. It's been alright.
Yeah.
I slept last night, which is more than I can say
about the night before.
About the night before. On Tuesday night, I got like 3 hours of sleep. I was working a lot on Fallout. And it's out. So I'm happy about that. So last night I managed to get some sleep. And it's wonderful. Anyway, sorry, I'm enjoying my
whole plain bagel.
I prefer to call it a dry donut.
Without icing?
It's a dry donut. Anyway. Good on you for keeping your sleep schedule. I would have gotten behind. Well, instead of saying we've kept our sleep schedule, it might be more accurate to say we've kept our stream schedule. Although...
Sorry, I thought of something I need to add to the shopping list if we can get it.
Although, to be fair, like we've gotten... We've managed to stay pretty close to it in the last few days.
Yeah.
Aside from, you know, when I had to make Fallout. Otherwise it was fine. And I gotta tell you, I'm in a really good headspace. Like, legit.
Today?
Yeah. Like, in February, when I saw myself starting to get caught up with vlogs, I started to get in a good headspace. And I couldn't really enjoy vlogs being caught up until probably early to mid-March. But as of today, I'm in a different place too. I'm like, oh, I did that thing. Like I haven't released an episode of Fallout in 15 months. That's a long time. And so much has happened in 15 months. Like, good God. Like, not only in our lives, but in the lives of everyone. And, you know, it's been a trip. Anyway, it'll take me a few days before I feel like perfectly back to speed. But I feel accomplished having gotten that out. I dedicated yesterday's vlog to talking about it and what it means, why it's important, etc. So I'm not going to spend like a ton of time doing that this morning. But if you're interested, catch the vlog that'll come out, I guess, you know, hopefully sometime later today. It's a little long, but it's not spoilery, and it explains, you know, if you're not familiar with the series, it explains why it's taken so long, and the complexity of the series from an outside perspective. Like, you're just playing a game, why why did it take you so long? It's like, well, I made some questionable choices along the way. It's like, I've been spending my entire life playing this game. What if I played it again? Anyway, let's read some of the early alerts, shall we? We got 11-month sub from Darkness Bride, an 18-month sub from The Chemist 2020, who says 18 months watching from work today. Oh, well, I hope that you're having I'm going to say a peaceful morning. Peaceful morning. Maybe you got, like, a coffee. I hope. Unless you don't like coffee, in which case, I hope you don't. Listen, what I say is true. 9 months from Jessica. I forgot to do this regularly. We'll finally get to stay home. A lot of folks at home today.
Coffee!
And also hitting sub-anniversaries, apparently. 18 and then 9. Babies. I do need more sleep. 16 months for the Great Ass Fairy. Something, something numbers. Something, something work suck. Something, something Animal Crossing. Have a great breakfast, y'all. I think that actually encapsulates the feel of so many people in the world.
Yeah.
Something, something numbers. Something, something work suck. Something, something Animal Crossing.
That cherry blossom set, though, I can't get any recipes for it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten any either.
Coffee!
I have so many egg recipes.
I mean, that's the point. Also, that rabbit's so scary. That rabbit's so scary, man. I would prefer if they replace that rabbit with, was it Frank? From Donnie Darko? Is that the name of the character?
Yeah, that is.
I would prefer to see Frank in the game. I mean, I guess I might be on a slightly different wavelength than some people when it comes to that, but like... hashtag, put Frank in Animal Crossing. That's the neighbor I want. 3-month resub from B80211B. 3 months. It's a Wi-Fi standard. I was looking at that and I was like, what's happening? It's like, that's what that is. I get it. 4 months from Alice Forsyth. Morning, grandparents, and morning, everyone in chat. Morning, Alice. Hope your morning's going well. I got 300 bits from Paint Chipper. Morning, grandparents. Haven't got a breakfast stream in a while, and I'm glad I can make it to one this morning. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hope everyone's got their dry donuts ready to go. Maybe not. Chaz says, Venn diagram of overlap of people playing Animal Crossing in 2020 and people who saw old Donnie Darko is probably small. Chaz, it hurts to read your true words. Also, Donnie Darko is a great film. I understand there's probably a lot... I could just start recommending good films. There's probably a lot of folks that are like, they're stuck at home and they're like, oh man, I need to, watch a film. Because I don't know what to do.
Paul says one of them in that Venn diagram, though.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Spiffla. Someone else was, but scroll past.
It's a good film. I haven't seen it in a while, but I've seen it more than once. It's one of those films that you can watch it through and you're like, that was really good, and it makes you want to watch it again to look for little things. It's a good one. Good one.
Yeah, Brandon, you need Animal Crossing.
By the end of the stream, I'll give out some more recommendations for films, and Mal can shoot them down. Got stuff from Toon9822. Thank you, Toon. 6 months from Platinum Pikachu 153. Hello, Stephen and Mal. Never cut the breakfast stream before because it's always at an awkward time for me. Thanks a lot, time zones. However, the current situation means I'm actually able to be here for once. Yay! Well, welcome. I know it can be really weird for folks who are in drastically different time zones, because we're like, we just woke up. Good morning. Here's coffee and a bagel. Ba-ba-doop-a-doop. And people in other time zones are like, it's so late.
I mean, when we were in Japan, it was like 10 p.m. Japan time and 9 a.m. our normal time.
Or 11. Is it 10 or 11? I don't know.
I thought it was 10.
It is late. It is late. So... shout out to everyone who joins us from any time zone other than Eastern.
Central
honest.
is pretty similar.
Central's okay. Every once in a while, we'll get people that are like, I am here and awake and I live on the West Coast. And I'm like, bless you. I do not know how you do that so early. Okay, gift sub. Ice Chocobo gifts a sub to Purple Pollo. I read that right. 500 bits from 29822. Hello and good morning. I doubt you know who I am because my Wi-Fi never lets me catch these streams live. Just wanted to say thanks for your amazing videos. Oh, I appreciate it. And I'm glad you're here. I hope that your Wi-Fi lets you continue to watch. Our Wi-Fi died last night before bed, and that was a little concerning because it hasn't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
And it may not have been our Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I didn't check Ethernet because I was already in bed at the time that it happened, but it could have been the ISP doing something. I was like,
but it's fixed.
Yeah, I was like, it'll probably be better in the morning. It happened like as I got into bed.
Yeah.
I got into bed and I was like, all right, I'm going to sleep now. It's time to check, the 3 sites that I look at. And it was like, you're not connected to the internet. And I was like, Wi-Fi off. I just looked at it and went to bed.
Brandon says, gotta get your dose of Ingress in.
You know what? I'm so happy that we moved.
Yeah.
I am. I'm so happy that we moved. I enjoyed living very close to my parents. Mm-hmm. That was a highlight.
Yes.
But I'm happy that we moved because the internet was it was abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
Like we literally couldn't work and they literally couldn't fix it, and it was like that was terrible. God, that was a terrible situation. Yeah, rip Blue Wall, you will be missed. The Blue Wall was like one of the weirdest parts of the house, but it is one of the parts I remember most fondly. Because it was just so bizarre. It's like one wall's blue. Why? Oh, we'll... whatever you want to. 713 sub from BRZ1994. And then a 14-month sub from Happy Yoshi 1973. Good morning. 14 months. Woo! Also going to be a grandma sometime in November. Stay safe and healthy. Same to the rest of the community here. Thanks for these streams and have an awesome day. Congratulations. That is awesome. Very, very cool. Man, all these numbers. I'm just realizing there's so many folks that have like
our community is a very wide range of ages.
Well, that's not what I meant, actually. I was talking about we've been streaming a long time because 14 was high. But yeah, we also have a wide variety. Well, I've known that for a long time. Mm-hmm. I knew that for a very long time because I remember reading the, comparing the demographics of our stuff with some of the other people that I know. Mm-hmm. And, like, the demographic shift being, like, very noticeable on our channels, where it had skewed younger towards a lot of other people's, and ours was older and then stretched into completely different age groups. So
yeah.
So shout out to all of the senior citizens who loved Skyrim. I knew about you. I read the demographics.
Paul says, I want an age histogram, please.
Paul, the next time we do ChefCon, the next time we have everybody here, remind me, and I'll just show you like all the age demographic information because I find it fascinating. It's really interesting to see it vary by series, because like just in general, like Stephen Plays and StephenVlog has always skewed a little bit older than like some of our peers. Not everybody, because I don't know everybody's demographics information, but just a little bit older. But it's so wild to look at individual series and be like, you know, there's just something like about fantasy adventure that there are more senior citizens watching, basically. It's just neat. It's just really, really interesting information. And then likewise, and I'm not sure which series it would be, but I guarantee you there's probably series that some people are going to be less interested in, like certain demographics. So it's neat. We got 300 bits from Item Crafting Live. Your comment that the bagel is a dry donut implies that the donut is a wet bagel, and I don't know how to feel about that, so have some bits. You know what?
A donut is an oily bagel. It's greasy because they're fried. Most of them. What?
I mean, I guess. You know that comic of the guy, and he's like, and then the second frame is, I guess.
I don't like it, but I guess you're right, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Just because something can be said a certain way, should it? That's the real question. And the answer is often, no. 300 bits from Gamers, 00700. No message, but appreciate the cheer. 300 bits also from Jam, who says, I got toilet paper in an actual store. We're now clapping for this because it's such a rarity.
Yesterday on Instagram, Robert Irwin posted a little video of him going through the woods with his big camera because he's a photographer. And he's like, guys, I'm trying to get a photo of the most rare animal. And he's like going through the woods like crazy. And he's like, there it is, come here, come here, come here. And the camera comes up and it's a roll of toilet paper. And then he gets out his camera and he's taking pictures of it.
That's funny.
It was funny.
Anyway. Sorry. I thought that story would be longer. I took a bite out of my dry donut. This is like a chew fest.
Anyway, Jam says, also a lot of groceries and Aldi's in particular is practically normal. All of my favorite soups. They had lasagna I eat because it doesn't have the onions I'm allergic to. My neighbor's gonna help me cut all the crazy 3-foot weeds, and I feel like I'm back on my own creative horse. Good luck and cheese to Stephen for getting through the biggest block ever. Cheers to. Also need to sleep.
Well, Jam, good luck with your weeds, and I definitely know the feeling of like, I don't know, other people, other creatives know the feeling of like, even if you don't actively feel like you're in a creative block, you definitely know when you're out of it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, something happens and inspiration hits and you're just like, whoa, and then you just, I don't know, the mental gates are open. It's really weird. And sometimes I feel like you don't even know that you have had a creative block until you're out of it, and then you're like, oh my god, I can think straight. So yeah, I'm glad that you're back on your creative horse, basically. It boils down to the right project in the right time. Yeah. I worked on Fallout a lot, like from the 24-hour span of Tuesday to Wednesday, because I had been alluding to the fact I was working on it, right? I don't think people understand how realistically how little had actually been done when I started talking about it. I knew I wanted to hit a date of April 1st. I've known that for a while. But actually trying to hit it meant, oh no, I needed to, like, really throw myself into it. And I did. Now it's time to do the rest. 4 months from Snowy Satoru, who said, hooray! 5 pieces of toast. That's a lot of bread. Although not if you're making cinnamon toast.
I mean, this is a lot of bread.
Not if you're making cinnamon bagel.
I mean, you coulda.
It's fine. You know what it needs?
We have cinnamon sugar mixed up.
Some cumin. 500 bits from Marty Griff, 1980. Ah, the old switcheroo classic Steven. You also realized you would have been hunted if you April Fooled the Fallout episode. Another year to the next. Yes, actually. That... I hope that the people that saw it in the context of an April Fool's joke quickly realized that I would not have done that. Because I would have been crucified pretty quick. Probably rightfully so. Be like, hey, this thing you haven't had for 15 months. Here it is. Nah, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't have done that. But it was a fun, it was a fun joke. To be like, hey, look,
come here,
this thing that you haven't seen in a while.
Kippy.
You coming up here?
Come on, Kippy. Okay.
That's
a choice.
One spot to be. You want to come over with the peoples?
Come here. Look at this lap. Come on.
Good lap. Come here.
Come on.
You gotta figure out how to get over here now. You're over on the island of coffee. Come here.
Gotta sniff things. Gotta look like it's not that important.
Oh, here he comes.
Hi.
Here he is.
No. Oh.
I'm sorry. He has made his
tail.
He has made
and then
his
it hits
choice.
the table.
Hi, bud. Good morning to you. Good morning, little boy. You sleep well? He sleeps on the end of the bed.
I heard him last night.
Yeah.
You fell asleep, and then he was in the other room, and he was doing that little cry he does. And I was going, and he came in and jumped on the bed.
Trying to get him to sleep on the bed starting at the beginning of the night, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't want to do it. But he does come in at some point.
Yeah.
And then he sleeps. So, I don't know. I always wake up and he's on, the end of the bed, so. Unbent Ragin asked, was there any reason why I kept the old thumbnail format in the latest Fallout episode? I'm gonna keep that format until the end of the series. There's just so little. There is so little left. And I talk about this in yesterday's vlog that'll be coming out. But the series is 99% done. Like, that's not even like hyperbole. It's 99% done. There's almost nothing left to do. And because of that, I'm like, I just want to stick to the same format. And I haven't even updated the thing at the end that like shows the fan art. Mm-hmm. It still says like StephenVlog year 8, and I'm like, I don't even have the resources to update that. I'd have to make new stuff, and I'm like, you know what? It's more fun to me if it's all just a relic of the time, So I'm just like, everything is frozen in time. I'm leaving it alone. We weren't even when the last episode of Fallout came out, we had only been streaming for like 2 or 3 months. And like, we don't even have like Twitch on that or anything because it was all so new. So yeah, it's just frozen in time basically. God, I'm excited though. I'm excited. I'm finally at the place where I can work on stuff, and it's good. 300 bits from Nixelpad. So Animal Crossing gave me a good April Fool's prank by having the resident services closed for renovations. Happy to be here on my second birthday month. On my second birthday month day.
Coffee!
Second birthday month day? Is it your birthday? Is it too early for me to read that?
Have more coffee, honey.
Second birthday. The second day of their month their birthday is in. Okay. I got there. I like how as the music fades out, I'm just like, don't under... Are you okay, Steven? No. Ask my wife. She lives with me. She'll tell you. She will tell you. Mr. Gameboy 18 with 500 bits says, but Steven, how many films have you seen in the last few years? Okay, that's
a call out.
that is a call out. I did not watch any movies in 2019. Not one. But have I seen movies in my life? Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I really hope that SCAD chooses to use me as like the
poster child for the film department.
yeah, because it would be great. It'd be like it would have like it'd be a print ad of like me like this, and then at the bottom it would be like, I haven't watched a movie in a year. Choose SCAD for film and television. Yeah, I didn't actually watch any movies in 2019. It's the only year of my life I've never watched any movies, which is weird. It's really weird. And by the time I realized it, I think it was in December.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, I didn't watch a single film, because the one I had seen before that was December 2018 when I watched Star Wars. And then nothing in 2019. The year just came and went. There's so many movies I want to watch, too. I still have a very deep appreciation for cinema and technique, and like that stuff never leaves.
Yeah.
It's very much ingrained into who I am. But actually taking the time to watch movies is like... But Jam asked, what about movies in 2020? And that's a great question. Not yet, right?
Not yet.
We haven't watched any films.
No. I mean, things have been a little crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, the other thing is that there are, I mean, a sizable portion now of the population that is out of work, and they can't do anything, so they're not working. We still are.
Yeah.
So it's not like that has really changed for us. So, I don't know. I want to.
Yeah.
I have a list of films that I want to see. Like, not of films I should see, films that I want to see.
I have films I want to see.
I don't know that the overlap between our lists are very strong.
I'll watch mine alone then.
Oh, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. I would watch films with you under the pretense that you would watch films with me. You know.
Yeah.
If I have a film on my list, it's good. It may not be one you like, but it's good. And that's the important thing. Films don't have to have happy endings.
I mean, there's ones I want to see that aren't happy.
Sometimes when the movie ends, you feel awful. And it leaves a sense of dread and depression that can last for 2 days. And that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Is 1917 the one that had that long...
The 1917 is the new-ish film that is shot as if it's one take.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've watched a lot of deconstruction of that movie.
Yeah. And there's other films that have done that.
Yeah.
The last one that did that and won a bunch of awards was Birdman. We own Birdman. We have never seen it. But we have it on Blu-ray. We had one of them coupon... I don't know if anyone else relates to this, but like, every once in a while, Best Buy just mails me a coupon. They're just like, hey, here's $10. Please physically come into our store. And I'm like, okay. So I think what they want me to do is they want me to put that $10 towards something. Joke's on them. I use it to buy a $10 Blu-ray. And then I leave the store again. So I'm a terrible consumer. But one of the last things, when that last happened, I think I went and got Birdman on Blu-ray. Because I was like, Birdman is supposed to be good. And then haven't watched it. It's alright. It's alright. At some point. 530 bits from Akira Dre. Sadly, I have to get ready for work. Unlike the rest of the world, the loveliness of working in a grocery store. Essential worker. Thank you. You know, we've been singing the praises of grocery store workers here for a few weeks now. Even as everything was just ramping up and getting started. And like now more than ever, just...
And medical and...
Well, yeah, obviously.
Supply chain people, delivery, yeah.
I want to make sure that anyone here that works in any of those positions feels the immense appreciation of the entire community. It's one of the things I love about this community is that everyone's really good about making people feel good. You know, whether it's they have a birthday or they have a job interview or whatever, we have a really good community about sending positive vibes, and I want to make sure that we send that to everyone, including grocery store workers. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue forward. 300 bits from Squid, who says, once again, Animal Crossing distracted me from the beginning of the stream. Send help. Yeah, I haven't pulled up at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Not you! Talking to Squid.
I have CJ in my town for the first time today. And I had saved up...
Is that the fish badger?
Yes. I saved up 3 oarfish, And then I also had a stringfish and a coelacanth that I sold him for 84,000 bells. Or something like that. 64,000?
Are you just hoarding fish?
I caught them on the 31st, and I was like, let's hold on to these, because I haven't seen him yet, so he'll show up soon. And then he did, and I was like, yes.
He's a beaver. Sorry.
What'd you call him?
I called him a badger. Sorry, that entire exchange reminds me of Heifer's grandfather in Rocko's Modern Life. I say we eat the beaver! Great show. 300 bits from Shy, which says, morning everyone. Yesterday in Animal Crossing was absurd. I burned through 3 or 4 slingshots in a day. I went through that many in 2 weeks before. Wild. Probably not the greatest time to find this out. There is a game-breaking glitch.
I've seen reports of it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not patched, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. This is what I've heard is I heard that once you hit the achievement for hitting however many slingshot things, the 5th
300.
Is it 300? That you won't get balloons anymore, but I heard it from someone.
Satsy says I got an update this morning. Did they patch it as of today?
Maybe.
I hope so, because like the problem is this current event that's happening in the game causes there to be a jillion presents.
The patch today fixed the amiibo glitch too.
Okay. All right, cool. So we're good. Oh, so then never mind. Never mind. Because otherwise, well, Senior Salty said it wasn't patched. So maybe it's not patched. Okay.
This one fixed specifically like the villagers moving in and out because there was a problem with that with the amiibos.
Ah, I see. Well, anyway, just if you're playing Animal Crossing and, you know, it's right now there's a million balloons in the sky, just be aware that
that might be a problem.
There might come a point where there are no more, and it's a glitch, and Nintendo, you know, will
Senior
fix
Salty
it.
says if you don't collect the miles, the bug doesn't happen.
Interesting. Okay. So maybe wait to redeem that. Yeah, bugs.
Gold toast. Oh, platinum toast.
Oh, snap. Thank you, Danny. Let's let me scroll down here.
Kippy, you switching laps?
Yeah, that was platinum
Kippy,
toast.
you
19
switching
months for
laps?
Danny X6. Danny, appreciate it.
Look.
Thank you so much.
Look at this lap, Kippy.
As Mallory just goes nuts trying to get Kepler to switch sides. He doesn't want it. He wants my lap, and he should be allowed to choose, and he's made a choice. 3 bits from Josre. Good morning, Internet grandparents. Good morning, Josre. Josre, have you had your morning beans? Now everyone can have their morning beans. Patreon.com/StephenGeorge or Malmakes. On that subject, actually, new video sometime today. Haven't filmed it, but it's the beginning of the month. It's time for a video, so there will be a video sometime today. It might be late. We'll see. Part of today is also, I mean, we have to go out.
Yeah.
We have to ship some things.
Yep.
And then we're going to try and do a grocery run since we're going to be out anyway and just see how that goes. And I might ask my parents if they need anything.
They're watching.
Hi. If you guys need anything, please just text us. We can get it while we're out. We can drop it off your house. Then you don't have to go anywhere. You know, because getting out of the house is so much effort. You know, just let me know if you need something. I'll get it and drop it off. Just so you know. You don't have to. You don't have to go out. 300 bits from Jam, who says, just FYI, there are a lot of unique official holidays for today. National Reconciliation Day, Make Peace. National Ferret Day, Pet a Ferret. National Burrito Day, Taco Bell. International Children's Book Day. Thomas can give recommendations. And finally, National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat, peanut butter jelly. Haven't heard that song in forever. Where ya? Where ya? Where ya? Where ya?
Okay. Do you have a mute button?
listen. The minute you agreed to marry me, the mute button just mysteriously disappears from the Stephen remote. So it's impossible. It's impossible. There's always a lot of weird holidays every day. If you're willing to like look them up, Reconciliation Day seems nice. I think it's appropriately timed because being at home and away from people gives you time to reflect on, a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And it might be a good opportunity to reach out to someone, either that you've had bad blood or something in the past, or just you haven't talked to in a while. But also that ferret day. If you don't already have a ferret, getting hold of one might be hard. But if you got one, pet one. That's what I say. Let's see. Mike says, I sent you a tweet on Twitter about the film list for my Film 101 class and was wondering your thoughts. I might have to take a look at that after the stream. But I have so many thoughts about film and like films for Film 101 just because I was given a list for Film 101, so I'm kind of curious how it matches up to other people's. Also got a milk bomb from Danny X6. Thank you. 5 subs. Appreciate it. Thank you, Danny. We got a 10-month resub from Sparks15. 10 months. Might as well take this time to say it's Sparks15 and not XV. But just Sparks is cool. I've noticed people are not sure. Anyway, love you guys. I will probably most of the time say 15. But I will occasionally throw in an XV like to keep it interesting. Who knows? Or I might even try to pronounce it as if it's a word. Or maybe just Sparks. That might be easier. Thank you, Sparks. Moist Crunchy Potato gifts a sub to Big Moist Bagel. If you drop it into the sink. 13 months from Lugo44. No message other than our emotes. Thank you, Lugo. 4 months from Gonzo Tinkerman. Hello. I head out on the road sometime this month to start my trucking career. When I do, I plan on listening to your videos like a podcast. Thanks for making so many quality videos to listen to. No problem. And actually, we have quite a few folks that, they may not be explicitly truckers, but they listen to the show as an audio podcast, and for the most part, it works pretty well. So that's cool. Good luck with your, career. Trucking is a.
Coffee.
I might be alone in this. Trucking is one of those careers that is like. One of the reasons I love it is because there's so much good music about trucking. It's
Who's the one artist?
C.W. McCall?
Yeah.
So that's not the only artist. There's so many artists that they were truck drivers, or they sang songs almost explicitly about truck driving. And it's really good. It's really good. And I don't even know how to start to explain, how that works, because if you've never heard, as Ryan says, Convoy's probably the most popular trucking song ever, but there's so many more. Basically everything C.W. McCall ever did. And then also there's another artist, I can't remember his name right now, and he only ever did trucking songs. But there's multiple of them. So, yeah. Anyway. And then there's also more traditional country artists that did songs about trucking. But there were some artists that that's all they did. Every single song was about trucking. And I grew up listening to that stuff, so I have this really interesting fascination with truck drivers as a result. Anyway, just a little bit about me. Moist Crunch Potato gives a sub to Dry Donut. I'll go with that Moist Bagel. 9 months from Snoop the Boot. Twitch Baby, woo! Grocery shopping isn't so bad for me since I'm blessed to have an H-E-B warehouse in my town. My local H-E-B is always stocked full of meat, frozen food, produce, and toilet paper. The store's item limits also really help. I think we're probably getting to the point where most stores are setting item limits. I would hope. Because we've already seen what happens if they don't. It only takes one person breaking the item limit to literally ruin the supply chain for everyone.
Yeah.
But I've seen more and more stores stepping up to do that, so that's good. And hey, anywhere where you can get toilet paper is amazing. When we go out today, we'll get a chance to see if we can find it today.
Yeah.
So far, we have not seen it. So we'll find out if it's out there today. We got 10 months up from Epic DXX. Thank you, Epic. 300 bits from Maximan, who says, the Walmart I work at has so much toilet paper, and we've had it for a good while, so it's kind of weird when people are freaking out about toilet paper because we got plenty. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, where are you? Where are you exactly? Because I'm curious, what part of the country is loaded up with toilet paper? Queen Steve says, road trip. Just because, like, I mean, it's not tourist season right now. Like, people aren't coming here for tourist season.
Yeah.
And Myrtle Beach is not really
we
that
did have
big of a...
tourists until, like, Friday.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we should have some toilet paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we really should have some toilet paper. So, the fact that...
Nova Scotia.
Okay. So, there's toilet paper in Nova Scotia. That would be quite a road trip.
I don't think we can cross that.
Coffee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think... So, in other words, we'll continue to not get toilet paper. Yeah, I mean, like... Obviously, there's going to be places that have more dense populations that are going to be out of toilet paper. But even us, which in the off-season, there's not really that many people here.
Yeah.
Like, we should have toilet paper in it. Like, we just don't. We don't. So, but hey, we'll find out today. Maybe we can find some.
Yeah.
Might be possible. Ice Chocobo gives a sub to F word. We can all say the F word now. F word being Fallout. Everyone gets started. We can all say Fallout because an episode came out, and then we get like a period of like a month, I think.
Yeah.
Where we're allowed to continue saying Fallout, and then it just gradually falls back into F word until we get another episode. Those are the rules. That sounds about right. 500 bits from Mr. Game Boy. So what exactly is left, if you don't mind me asking? Do you now have to go through the other Noras or is it Grit's turn? Oh, what am I allowed to say? Okay, so I'll say this. There is not going to be other Nora timelines. There is only one Nora timeline. I think that is helpful, actually. The reason that there were multiple Nora timelines in the main campaign is because there were multiple possibilities for endings. In Nuka World, there's not. There's not multiple timelines for endings. There's two. Essentially. You could argue that there's actually four, but I would argue that. So, because of that, there will not be multiple Noras. There will only be one Nora. Institute Nora. And that's all I have to say about that. 300 bits from Satsy, who says, have you ever made pancakes with mochi flour? You should totally make pancakes with mochi flour. You won't regret it. We have not. I don't know what that would do.
I don't know where we can get mochi flour.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is I don't know where we could...
Myrtle Beach is not exactly a melting pot of different cultures.
I mean, it's not. But we do have, like, some specialty grocery stores.
It's tiny and far away.
I mean, yeah, but also there's some places that literally have none.
Yeah.
And we do have some. We do. In fact, we have more than one. We do. We have two Asian supermarkets.
Where's the other one?
Well, there's one.
I know where the one is by the Sonic.
Yeah, and the other one's in Saukesty.
Oh, that one, yeah.
I mean, admittedly, is that further? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, we got two. The one in Saukesty is like a little far, but it still exists. I love C418. I love their music, and I blame you. You're welcome. C14 is great. I've always loved his stuff.
So, we closed all our beaches. Well, the state closed all our beaches.
Yeah.
And all of our boat landings. And they sent tourists home. They said, please go home. And then they closed all lodging here. So hopefully there's not as many tourists here now.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have shelter in place.
No.
Florida just got it. There had been some folks a little upset with their governor, but finally he put shelter in place in. Whether or not South Carolina will do it or not, I don't know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I have no idea. And then also some shelter in place is happening on city level too. Because didn't Birmingham do it?
Birmingham City did it. Columbia, South Carolina tried to, and then the governor was like, "You're not allowed to do that. Only I can do that."
Okay.
Columbia and Charleston have the highest cases in our state. So.
Well, they're the biggest cities.
Yeah.
Like, of course. Just, it's a numbers thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. Randy had asked, Stephen, this is going to be really out of the blue question, but how are you guys doing on contact lenses? Fine.
I got at least like an 8-month supply.
Well, I mean, I don't know what officially my supply is.
Yeah.
I just know that I wear contacts about 4 or 5 times longer than I'm supposed to. You know, it's like, here's your 3-week contacts. And I'm like, 3-month contacts. Cool, got it, thanks. And because of that, you know, when I buy a year supply, I'm just set for a long, long time.
Elizabeth
said, people are getting arrested if they take the barriers
Yep.
down at the beach.
There were 2 people arrested yesterday in the county.
But also good. Like, my first response is like, good. Like, don't do that, you know. I mean, in the good faith of people, I've actually seen people have taken everything more seriously than I thought they would, especially around here. I actually expected people to really reject things that were happening, and while you still see that a tiny bit, by and large, people are understanding the gravity of the situation around here, and that's good. I'm happy about that. So, hopefully, we got 13 months from Austin Mazel. Gazelle with an M. I remembered. You know, and actually, one of the reasons that has stuck with me is that I actually knew someone with the last name of Mazel. It was spelled differently, but it was pronounced that same way. So I think that's why I'm starting to remember it a little bit better. Wow, 13 months. I can't believe it. Hope you guys are doing good. Also, you might know, but I am going to become a dad, and I'm so happy about it. Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Very, very awesome. Super, super congratulations. Man, I love it. Like earlier, Happy Yoshi said that they're gonna be a grandma. Mm-hmm. And now Austin Mazel's gonna be a father. I love it. I love hearing about the good news. Thank you for sharing that. And congrats on making it to 13 months. Good vibes today. Good vibes. 300 bits from Nixelpad who says, shout out to all essential workers. Thank you, everyone, for all that you do. 14 months from Hella Mozzarella 13. Happy 14 months of Crunch. Stay safe, you two. We're doing our best. Mm-hmm. Trying to limit everything in the outside world. I scratched my leg, and Kepler immediately was like, hey, what are you doing? It's okay, bud. Relax. I had an itch. You get itches. I see you scratching your ears. We got a sub from Ice and Fire 2114. Appreciate it. The 5 gift subs earlier from Danny went to Jake's Weapon Workshop, Giggletail, Kwame Kume, Pink XX Kiss, and Kite to a Masquerade. Danny, thank you. Also 300 bits from Danny who says, I know it's a rough time for lots of people, so I wanted to give some subs. I read stay safe and stay strong as stay song. But if it helps people, you know, sing a song. Stay safe, stay strong, y'all. Danny, I appreciate that, and I know everyone else does as well. the community's always just been extremely giving, even in a time like this, and I appreciate it, and I know everyone else does. And more subs going into tomorrow's game night too. So, don't know what we're playing yet. Well, actually, I do. I don't know exactly what we're playing, but I know that it's going to be a one-off.
Okay.
We are not starting a series tomorrow, so it's going to be something either short or not like a full what?
Stay song.
Don't you know that about now you just need to stay home? It is not the time for you to go outside and roam. Don't you know that staying inside is the way that it just has to be? We've got to do the part to flatten the curve, you and me. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That was pretty good for the morning.
Surprised with how many sleeps you've had.
I know. Yeah, that's 5,000 bits from Penguin Frog, who said, "Stay song, Kappa." You know what? I'm for the amount of sleep that I've had over the course of 2 days, and the fact that it's a morning, which I just generally murder songs in the mornings anyway. I'm pretty happy about it. Penguin Frog, thank you. Appreciate it. And yes, if it helps people to break out in song, like in their kitchens when they're making lunch, then I hope that everyone does whatever they need to feel better. We break out in song a lot in our house.
We?
When I say we, I mean that I do and you deal with it.
Yeah, I know.
Again, Mallory so wishes that she had a mute switch. Unfortunately, she hasn't been able to find mine. 500 bits from Zangu. Hoi, first time bitter. Greetings from Norway. Have you played the new Doom yet? Also, give boops to Kato. Boops. I have not played the new Doom. I would like to, but I also haven't played through Doom 2016 either. I've played a little of it, but I haven't played that whole game. So, yeah. I think one of the things I had put on my to-do list was like to reach out to Bethesda and be like, hey, can I play that?
Can I play that?
Can I play that? But I haven't done it. Hey Siri. Remind me at 5 p.m. to send an email to Bethesda.
Okay, you're reminded.
I don't know if they'll do it, but I'm on their stupid I think I mentioned this on a recent stream. I'm on their PR mailing list. So, like, certainly they'll send me the game, I would hope. Because they're sending me all the other information. They're like, here's the new information about the thing. And I'm like, okay. You gonna send me the game? Oh, no. Definitely not. But, I'll reach out and find out. So it's possible. I've got 19 months from Pirendri. Finally got a day off after working 6 days in a row at Walmart. Again, thank you. Thank you so much for being literally one of the most important jobs in the world right now. And it's nice to have a day off, I'm sure. Because I imagine that Walmart is probably nuts.
Coffee.
And actually, one of the things that we were reading about is how some places are going to start enforcing, what is it? Where there's a limit of the people in the store.
Yes.
Costco and Home Depot are doing that. They're either considering it or they are doing it. So there's going to be limits about how many people can be in the store at a time. Which, I mean, again, makes sense, because if you've got everyone trying to go to the store at once, that's obviously not practicing social distancing. So we might see more stores adopt something like that too. 2 months from Samarolian, who says, hi Stephen, having a quick break from doing Uniwork, so decided to pop in. Well, welcome. Everybody needs a break. Even if it's just like 20 minutes is super important. So don't work too hard. It's a good takeaway there. If Thomas was here this morning, he would tell you to make sure that you're sleeping. That's always his big thing. It's like people are crunching for exams, and he's like, don't
Sleep.
do that. It's more important to sleep. You'll do better if you sleep. 19 months from Phelps out. Good morning, grandparents. I just bought Hollow Knight, and I'm pretty excited to spend my next few days on it. Nice. I did the first 20 on that and really enjoyed it. I've had a few friends that have played through all of it and have adored it. And also, it's won so many awards. Like, it's just genuinely good. A little difficult, but if you like those styles of games and you're willing to get good at the dodge command,
Oh, Kippy, come back.
Hollow Knight's very, very good. The game is hard, very hard. Yeah, I've heard it gets difficult. The great thing about doing first 20 is that I get to experience the very, very beginning of games before they ramp up in difficulty. So when people talk to me about games, I can be like, it didn't seem that bad. I have like no context for the rest of the game, except for the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. That was a little difficult. I was surprised at the difficulty of that. 300 bits from Nixelpads. Please stay safe as you go out. Brought to you late by the Raccoons in My Wi-Fi gang. The first thing that came to mind is, there are raccoons in my Wi-Fi. If there are, you should ask them to leave. 1,000 bits from Zach Chillman. Good morning, USA. I get the feeling it's going to be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on its face, and shining a salute to the American race. Oh boy, it's swell to say, good morning, USA. Good morning, USA. It's a good day. A little chilly today. But otherwise...
Yeah, it was chilly this morning.
Well, it's been 80.
Yeah. And then it's
That's
like
why.
46 this morning.
Decoy Choice says, how could you read that and not sing it? Because I couldn't recognize what it was from. I could tell it was a song, and I was like, I have no idea what this is from, so I didn't know exactly how to sing it. But apparently it's from American Dad. I have seen American Dad, like, twice, maybe twice.
It came on TV right around the time that I didn't have cable anymore, so.
Like, I've seen a fair bit of Family Guy, especially when it had first aired a long time ago. But I've only seen American Dad like twice, maybe. I know that it's literally the exact same family setup as Family Guy, except instead of a dog, they have an alien. And otherwise, it's like a fairly similar show. But I don't know anything else about it. So sorry. I could tell that I was like, these words are rhyming. I just don't know. I'm not familiar with this song. Jaldre gifted a sub to Shiny Misty. Jaldre, thank you. 300 bits from Elena123. There's still toilet paper in the grocery store near me in Toronto, too. But sorry, Trudeau closed the border so we can keep all our toilet paper. Curses! Curses, Justin! Anyway, enjoy your toilet paper. And we don't know. We might actually find some today.
Maybe.
You know, maybe that's changing. When we went to the other grocery store the other day, they had diapers.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have before. Well, not... The other grocery store didn't have it. So, you know, hopefully things will start to calm down and we'll start to see more. And we still don't need any.
No.
Like, even if we found some, I don't think we'd buy any. We just don't need it.
No.
So we aren't personally, like, needing any. I'm just curious about how much is out there.
Yeah.
So, take a peek. Macau 2020 gives a sub to Psychodon904. Thank you, Macau. 510 bits from 05 Nataku. Glad my package made it. Sad some things got broke despite careful packaging. There should have been another A4 page about things still handmade in my country. Wonder where that went as it was not acknowledged in the video. I don't remember seeing that. And yeah, some of the things in the box got a little broken. But to be fair, sending it that distance is just so hard.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain things that are just, they're already fragile to do like a domestic trip, and as soon as they make international, it's remarkably difficult to pack things well enough to keep them safe, basically. But we appreciate the package regardless. 300 bits from Jam says, one last note, I was able to share a ton of face masks I discovered with my neighbor who drives a city bus for seniors and those in wheelchairs. I wish they could give her them at work. Just need to figure out how I can give away 3 gallons of hand sanitizer to nursing homes or whoever needs it most without breaking any medical safety rules. Hopefully my dad's remaining hospice stuff can help folks. Have a great Thursday. Be safe out there. I mean, that's extremely kind and generous of you. It's been interesting to hear about folks like finding mask reserves too, because there's some companies that have found, like, it's like they had like a storeroom of them, and it's like, we're donating masks that we had to this company, and I'm like, that's a lot of, like, some of the companies are like, we had
Wasn't there some found in a crypt in DC or something I was reading about? And they were like, oh, here you go. And then I think IKEA found a big container of them in a warehouse.
Your story sounds familiar, but I'm not sure of the exact thing. But yeah, I remember vaguely what you're talking about there. But yeah, like, obviously some companies are like buying them and donating them, but then there's other places that are like, we found these. It's like 20,000 masks, and I'm like, where were they? They were in our back room in case of an emergency. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm glad that folks can.
Brandon found the article.
National Cathedral donates 5,000 forgotten face masks found stashed in a crypt. Amazing. There's a link if you guys want to read about that. There's a HuffPost article. Wild. Anyway, Jam, thank you. 100 bits from Macau 2020. Macau, appreciate it. 1,000 bits from Vegetable Sorbet. Only just remembered it was Thursday. Just started a new job today, so a bit discombobulated. Good luck. You know, I hope your new day goes. Your new day. I mean, it is a new day. Hope your new job goes well. Starting a new job can be a bit discombobulating in and of itself, but I hope that it's a good sign of things to come for you. 300 bits from Danny X6. You activated my Siri. I almost had a reminder to email Bethesda. My apologies. I actually recently found out about this from some folks like talking in like the Breakfast Stream VOD that apparently I activate their phones. Obviously, the way it's set up is supposed to be very much for your specific voice. And between Mao and my parents, none of us can activate each other's phones. But apparently my voice is similar enough to some of y'all that I can activate your phones. And I apologize. I'll try not to use my powers for evil.
You could, like, press and hold the button instead of doing the activation.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I gotta remember to do that. Or I can make some other requests of Siri. Play this song on Spotify. 300 bits from Joel Dre. My store just put in an order saying that kids under 16 and pets aren't allowed in. Over the last week, there have been so many families coming through. Oof. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine, like, there's... I can see some of the difficulties of that, because, like, if you have kids, especially if, like, you're a single parent, and you have kids and you don't have anywhere to take them.
Yeah.
That's hard. But I also can definitely understand the flip side of that, of, like, people just coming through with their whole family, like, pick out what you want. And especially children may not understand the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
And that they should not be...
touching everything and...
Yes.
Yeah.
Children, I mean, it's like Sachi said, young kids like to touch everything. And, you know, that's fine. Please don't touch me. That's my rule. That's my rule. But yeah, you know, hopefully that helps. I know that, you know, there's been other countries where they've done a thing where it's like just one person from a family is allowed in in a store. So, yeah. Jojo said, they haven't been single parents. It's usually mom and dad with 2+ children. Yeah, and I can definitely see that. I mean, if we get to the point where we need to do, one person from a family go inside and do things, I mean, that would be fine. Mm-hmm. And, like, Mal and I go in together, but we could get by with just doing one person in a store.
It'd be me.
That's fine. But also, I mean, we're not going in and being like...
Yeah.
We are not young children, which is helpful. 300 bits from Dane, 1647. Crap, I've been working from home and I missed it again. Dane, is your phone on? Because I could get your digital assistant to remind you. I mean, but actually, I do that. I do that for my parents. I have their I think I have their Alexa set up to remind them Tuesday and Thursday mornings that it's on. It's really not a terrible idea if there's something like Breakfast Stream that's consistent that you want to see, that or a television show or whatever. 300 bits from Bearlink, who says, feels weird being awake this early. I'm East Coast, but I normally don't wake up until at least noon. Thanks for softening the blow of waking up early. It's, I mean, everyone feels differently, but I like getting up early, assuming that I've had enough sleep to pull that off. There's something fun for me about starting my day and feeling like there's a lot of day left. That said, not everybody's like that, so I understand if they're like, oh no, I just want to sleep. 510 bits from Don Whitehorse 23. Hi, Stephen Amell. I'm pretty new to the streams. I'm actually really happy right now because I asked a girl who I've been talking to online out, and she said yes. Awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I mean, it's definitely a weird time, but like, also, love blooms whenever. Whenever. And I can certainly relate to being long distance, and I guess you'll be long distance for at least a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with that. You can certainly make it work because we did, so congratulations. It's really awesome. And if you're new to the streams, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. We get 19 months from Fossix, who says, because of the stay-at-home order, my sleep schedule is as existent as Space Pandas right now. I ended up sleeping last night at 4:30 a.m. Well, the way that we've been operating is we try to think of it as things are a little more loose right now. We don't want to just be, we don't want to like completely give up all structure in our lives, but also every time we get upset at ourselves for not sticking to a schedule as good,
we gotta give yourself some leeway.
We give ourselves a pass. Mm-hmm. We give ourselves a pass. We say, well, there is a global pandemic, and then we don't feel as bad. So like going to bed consistently super late, we try not to do that. But if we get in bed a little bit late, we go, hey, there's a global pandemic. And then we go, okay. We forgive ourselves a little bit. Anyway, Fossix, thank you for the sub. 18 months from Dan Began 2. 18 months. Twitch Baby 2 Electric Boogaloo. And that means that the Twitch Baby dances this time. On the 9th month, they're born. And on the 18th month, they dance. Have you heard that?
No.
510 bits from Nataku says, there is also a drawing in there I remembered belatedly. Luckily here in the Netherlands, the government nipped panic buying in the butt. Downside, shops up their prices and U.S. minimum wage people suffer, and also in before Steven starts receiving packages of toilet paper for mail. Please do not mail me toilet paper.
We are fine.
For one, it would be large and prohibitively expensive, but also we have stuff. So we're good. But I'm glad that panic buying is that there's been a government interference in the Netherlands, at least to stop that. And on a store basis in the U.S., there's a lot of stores that are doing things, putting limits on items, even like soup. Yeah. I don't think we've been to a grocery store that allowed you to buy more than 2 cans of soup. So there's a lot of different things happening. I made it through alerts. I didn't.
Good.
I didn't quite finish my dry donut,
That's fine.
but I did. I did okay. I'm gonna have a bite of it though.
The only things, like, we have to do out ever that's not, like, get groceries is mail painting and my Patreon prints. So we made steps for this one that all we have to do is, like, drop it off.
It's usually like that.
I mean, the painting, yes. The prints, one of them I have to normally go in and be like, hey, do this and then pay for it. But I think I figured out how to get it sent internationally.
Yeah, we have everything set up at home to print our own postage. So we do. So whenever Mal takes Patreon prints to the post office, it's just a matter of, here you go. With the exception being, if Mal has any international patrons, which you always have since you started.
Yeah.
Those are filled out at the post office. But Mal took care of that yesterday.
Yeah.
So we printed our own
I think I did it right. I mean, the address
Er-
is on there. and
Our
I
early
paid-
apologies to Mal's international
I
patrons.
paid more than I normally did. It was only a couple dollars, and I was like, yeah, let's do this just to be safe. So it should get there. And I had to fill out customs, which I normally don't, so I think it'll be fine.
Okay. So now when we go to
The post office.
the post office, there won't be like a lot of being in there and interacting. It'll
Yeah.
just be like, here,
Yeah.
bye. So that's good. And actually FedEx is always like that
Yeah.
with the paintings.
I called yesterday and I was like, hey, I don't know if the store is open. I said, I can do pickup and they can come get it from the house. I said, but you know how I mail, they know who I am. I was like, I don't want to leave a painting sit outside my front door until they come get it.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you can come in for drop off. And I was like, cool.
So yeah, so that's happening. But I mean, you know, in the grand scheme of things, the amount of time that we'll have to be out and interact with people in both of those situations is super minimal, so I'm happy about that. So yeah. Got 1,000 bits from Zach Chillman. New Magic set. MTG is live. Ikoria Lair of Behemoths. Also baked into a pie was from Throne of Eldraine, released in fall of 2019-ish. Yeah, I saw that some folks were talking about that. It almost seemed like a joke set card, but apparently was not. And I haven't checked out the New Magic set, but I was seeing some of the preview stuff with like the giant footsteps on social media, and I was like, oh, they're doing something. It's a weird time to release a Magic set.
Yeah.
But also, it's a weird time to do anything, and like companies that have been making stuff still have to proceed. And it's not like Magic just dies. I mean, they launched Arena, and people are going to be able to play Arena. So while you're not going to your, game store to do Friday Night Magic right now, at least you can still play.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder if tabletop sim purchases are going to be up. There's going to be people that are like that have to get their board game fix with their friends, and they start playing online as a result.
My dad's family was like, we need to figure out how to do board games online.
Board games online or board game online? Very different.
Oh, they don't know about that.
Very different things there. Brandon, tabletop sim is very flexible. I hear bowling is a blast. God, you know what? We did another one. We did miniature golf in tabletop sim.
Uh-huh.
That's a video that exists. We haven't released that one yet, but yeah, 18 holes of miniature golf.
Without me, I'm mad, Thomas says.
Sorry, Thomas. But it's gonna be a little bit before that releases, because we're probably just going to be pumping out some Animal Crossing stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest, people are really into Animal Crossing. Those people, including not only the audience but us and Stephen and friends. So we're probably going to be just releasing those for a little bit. So there will be an Animal Crossing this Saturday, and we'll probably release the next Animal Crossing next week too. So it'll just be Animal Crossing for a little bit. But that's all right. We have more stuff that'll come in the pipeline at some point. Animal Crossing April. Honestly, very likely. Very, very likely. It's very real possibility that all throughout April there will be Animal Crossing Stephen and Friends. So, hope it's okay. Hope it's okay. It doesn't mean that like Broken Picture Phone is dead or 1,000 Black and White Cards is dead or any of that stuff. In fact, we have episodes of those recorded and done and ready to release. But if folks want to see Animal Crossing, we want to play it, so we're just gonna release that stuff. 300 bits from Bearlink who says, "What is Board Game Online?" And then Reed the Nintendo Painter gives a sub to Board Game Online. Okay, what's the website? Is it boardgameonline.com?
I don't know. Chaz is in chat.
Chaz can tell you all about it. So, I gotta give like a content warning.
Yeah.
Board Game Online has
adult themes.
Let's say adult themes. There are
Yeah.
some adult themes. Yeah, and NSFW, not safe for work. Very not safe for work. But it is an online board game that you can play with friends. So if you have friends online and you want to, there's something you want to do, Board Game Online is something you can play. It's honestly the best way I can describe it is I'm actually going to use 1,000 Black and White Cards as a base. It's like a board game version of 1,000 Blank White Cards. I don't think that that's that inaccurate.
No, it's not.
The rules are insane. Like they're crazy, and there's so much stuff always being added to.
And there's like so many items and things that can happen, and
it's
South Park style humor. Yeah, Chaz is right.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So know that going into it, because your humor, if it doesn't match up, you're probably not going to have a good time. If you like that style of humor, you'll probably appreciate it. But from a like a mechanic like point of view, from a game mechanics point of view, it's just really wild. It's definitely one of those things where the developers clearly wanted to like put in every idea, basically. So, Chaz said we are definitely not doing a video on it ever. Correct. We have played it before. It's an interesting play. But yeah, that's not one that we would make a video on. There are plenty of things that would be better videos to make than Board Game Online. But if you're looking for something to do and it matches your style of humor, it's certainly worth playing once, probably. But you're gonna like get items and you'll be like, what the heck? And the item just blows people up. It's hard to explain. It's a little strange. Brandon, so how about Animal Crossing? Much more wholesome game.
I gotta get Punchy to move into my town because his birthday's next week. I have the amiibo card.
Oh.
Ouch.
I was like, what? Who's Punchy?
It's a villager.
Is it a cat?
Yes, Punchy is a cat. I love Punchy.
When, this was years ago. We visited Emil. Actually,
It was after...
we actually weren't visiting Emil. Well, we had just visited Emil.
No, we were there.
No. I think I remember. It was January 2018. We went and we visited. Did we visit Emil and then visit Alex and Haley?
Yes, that's when that was.
We spent some time with Emil, and then we spent some time with Alex and Haley, and then on the way back home, we stopped.
That's when I hung up the painting.
We stopped in Atlanta again, hung up the Majora's Mask painting for Emil, and then while we were there, he had been collecting the Animal Crossing cards. Did he have a whole full set at that time?
At that point, I don't think so. He had most of them.
But he was trying to collect them all, and he had a bunch of duplicates, and he had, he told Mao, he's like, if you want these duplicates, just let me know. So Mao picked out all of the cat duplicates and took them home. So Mao has like this huge stack of just cat villagers.
The only one I'm missing that I want is Olivia.
Olivia.
But he has that, and he said that he'd put Olivia in his campsite for me if I wanted.
Nice.
So I might do that at some point.
So, so now Mal can actually just, like Jam says, social engineering Cat Town. I mean, yes.
But I need to keep Zucker, because I love Zucker.
So, one takoyaki and the rest are just cats.
Yes.
So. Renee says, I'm still a newbie. Can you kick people out if you want someone new?
I don't know exactly how it works in this game, but in previous games, if you kind of ignored someone, or like, if they have a request not fulfilling it.
You can also just beat them with a net.
Couldn't you do that in the original? I don't know if you can do that now.
Have you tried?
No.
Oh, I have. I'm just saying, if you just physically beat... Sounds awful. But if you just physically beat your villagers...
if you discuss a resident with Isabel, that's mostly just to reset them. I don't know if you kept doing it if they'd move out, but when you talk to Isabel, you can say, I have a problem with the way they talk, which is their catchphrase.
Or the way they dress.
So if someone has given them a catchphrase you don't like, or like they moved from someone else's town and it's something like inappropriate and you didn't want that, you can talk to Isabel and say, I have a problem with so-and-so, their catchphrase, and it'll reset it. The same with their clothing. If they picked up some clothing somewhere and you're like, not appropriate or something, you can reset it with that.
So basically, if Haley visits...
Yeah.
that context will make sense on Saturday. I promise. She has made... It's incredibly lifelike. I'm actually very impressed. We cannot show it on the channel. She's like, will you get demonetized? I'm like, they'll take the channel down, Haley. Like, we can't show that. It's very realistic. She's very good at pixel art. 300 bits from Goldmage, who says, so I needed a good laugh and apparently cringe, so I just rewatched Super Seducer First 20s 1 and 2. Sorry to remind you those exist. Do you know whatever happened with the rumored Super Seducer 3 with 3 times more tanks, 50 times more disease, and 500 times more raccoons? I presume that it's probably still happening, because it's likely that, they're still working on it. I believe that Super Seducer 1 and 2 made enough money to warrant a third. So, James says it's still coming. I would believe that. I mean, just in general, game design as a whole is probably on a bit of a pause, going a lot slower, since I'm sure a lot of folks have to work from home and it's not as efficient as being in the office.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it's going to happen, but almost assuredly there will be a Super Seducer 3. Like it or not, it's just the way of the world. So I have a feeling that it'll probably exist at some point. Unfortunately. 300 bits from Dane1647. I got Humphrey and I hate him. Hamsters are dumb. I need them gone. I only have the superhero villagers, the robots, and Julian. I just got a new villager named Allie.
I got Soleil. Soleil's a hamster too.
Allie is an alligator. I bet you couldn't have guessed that.
No.
Learn something every day. Anyway.
See, Brandon says another French one. I think, like, Soleil is a hamster, but, like, the outside of the house, and, because she was unpacking yesterday, you don't get to see the furniture until today, it looked very, like, Chinese-influenced. Like, specifically with, like, the red wood and the design on the door and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, the bear you have, Pico.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, I guess I'll see.
Pico's, like, outside of the house, and the inside house is all, like, imperial.
Yes. Is that dry?
Yeah, there's dry. I don't have any villagers that I, like, particularly love.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of all there. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I still chat with them. It's like... But, like, the animal part of Animal Crossing is, like, my least favorite part. I'm like, no, I just really want to shake trees. That's all I really want to do. The animals are there, and, like, I talk to them.
I don't mind Lyman, but the only reason I want to get rid of him is because you also have him.
Oh. Brandon says, you don't strike me as the one who particularly likes order. Why would you say that, Brandon? Have you seen my in-game home? It made Thomas mad. I don't know if Thomas is still here, but when Thomas saw my house, he was like, I am mad. I am mad about the inside. I am mad about the outside.
Thomas says yes.
I mean, I like it. There's a unique. Jess says, to be fair, it was awful. Okay. The word you're looking for is eclectic.
That's not the word I would have picked. Is there a word for, like, eclectic, but, like, not trying to be nice?
Listen.
Garish? Yeah.
Hoarder. Avant-garde, yes.
No.
Avant-garde. Listen, I just like different objects. They don't have to match. Why would they have to match? I just put it wherever.
I know.
What's so great is that everyone's been mailing me, like...
The random stuff they don't want?
Well, people have been mailing me stuff that I actually like. Mm-hmm. Haley has been mailing me random stuff.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
She sends me good stuff.
Oh, what's that like?
Thomas says, I send you theme stuff.
Thomas sent me a film projector, which is great because film projectors are perfect.
Spotlights.
And I have 2 dollies in my house, so now I put the film projectors on them, so I can turn off the lights, and the only thing illuminated in the entire room is their face.
When you get the basement, you should just put those 2 items in it.
I'm super excited. Okay, this is a lot of bread.
Stop eating it for now. You sent Thomas books? Thomas, do you have the books that sit up like with the bookends on them?
That's what I sent him.
Oh, that's what you sent him? I thought it was like a stack. Like the other direction.
I've sent Thomas anything that's related to, like, books.
Thomas, I just got that yesterday. I was going to send it to you.
I'm the better friend. I did it first.
Did you buy it from my place? Because I had it for sale yesterday, and I bought it to send it to Thomas.
Honestly, maybe. I went to your town to steal your stuff to send it to Thomas and be like, I did it. I'm the better friend. Look at me. So, anyway. 300 Bits and Barreling says, Rolt's house is a glacier and I love it. I'm really impressed with the amount of detail in each villager's home.
Yes.
Because it's
the
not...
outside?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, well, the inside, too.
Yes.
When we went to Haley's town, she had a villager where the entire inside is like a casino.
It's a bar.
Yeah, and it's got like a billiards table and stuff, and I was fascinated. I was like, wow, that's really good.
Mm-hmm. And the outside is like really cool, too. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't care much for the villagers, but their houses are neat. One of the reasons
it's Tiffany, Thomas. Thomas is right. Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons that I like, I think I like Animal Crossing so much is that it's like you get to create little dioramas, you know? I'm trying to shove all of the stuff into like the tightest space possible because I want the rest of the map to make basically my own little dioramas of whatever I want. It's basically a practice in still life, right? Because when you're not trying to get action shots, you're trying to take pictures of things, and you have all of the time in the world to rearrange those things and use the camera to get it exactly how you want. It's really exciting. So
on Tuesday night, Tom had a meteor shower, and Haley, Paul, Emmy, and I were all over wishing on stars. and he hid something in his woods, and it freaked me out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the meteor shower stuff. Unfortunately. I haven't done any of that. We got 420 bits. 420. From Dane1647. Julian is the only unicorn, and I'm so glad I got him. Oh, that's clever, because there's only one unicorn. Because they're mystical. There's apparently a bunch of horses, and there's like 3 of them in Emmy's town. And
Yeah.
she's like, I'm so sick of horses. She's like,
horses.
She's like, they keep moving in. Because she had one, and she's like, oh, I don't like this horse. And then another horse moved in. And she's like, I don't want more horses. And then a 3rd horse moved in. She's like, why do I keep getting horses? And I'm like, I can't help you. I don't know. But if you want to come over and take, like, any of mine, just take them home. Wouldn't it be great if you could make a bigger net?
And then your villagers?
Yeah, and you could be like...
You're moving to my town now.
Yeah, you take the koala, and you're like, nope, you live with me now.
What if you eat a piece of fruit and try and hit a villager?
That's how they should do it.
Like, you pick up the trees and stuff?
You eat fruit, and then you use the net, and then you scoop them on up. Take them home. That would be great. I'd like that. 300 more bits from Bearling says, so now you can do a dolly zoom? Real talk, I don't know how much camera equipment is in the game, but I'm gonna definitely try and get as much of it as I can. There's a fair bit of stuff I've seen, but I don't know if there's like a big production camera, like a TV camera. Certainly there's gotta be. Because there's production lighting in the game, so I'm hoping I'm gonna find...
A big camera?
Yeah. I mean, any camera, but like a production camera would be really neat. We'll see. We'll see. Once I have more of the stuff, I'm gonna make some cool rooms, some cool spots on the island. That would be really fun. Anyway, days since Camera Talk 0. And
Got reset.
On that note, it's been 90 minutes. We should probably wrap up.
Yep.
Things are going a little bit longer than usual, but that's okay. Tuesday beat the record. I have to release that Breakfast Stream. I never did. I was so focused on Fallout yesterday, I didn't get Breakfast Stream released. I'll fix that. I'll make sure that Tuesday's Breakfast Stream comes out today. Other things to note.
Stream tomorrow?
Stream tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Eastern. Not exactly sure yet what we're going to play, but I can promise you we are not starting a series. So it's either going to be start to finish a full game, or we'll be casually playing something else.
Okay.
So that will happen. And then I'm trying to think if there's any other things to announce. Fallout. Fallout's out. So, you know, if you want to watch that, you can.
I want to say one thing quick. I found it really interesting watching like the late night shows on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing the host adapt to having to do this themselves at home.
Yeah.
It's been fascinating to us, like, just doing what we do here, to watch them have to figure this out and do it, and some of them are really shining at it, I think.
Well, I think what's been interesting is that for us, we have to be both talent and tech.
Yeah.
And for people with obviously much bigger budgets,
yeah,
they don't have to do that. So it's just talent.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been interesting to see the different late night hosts deal with this. But the funniest description of it has been John Oliver.
When he was on Colbert's show talking about it.
When John Oliver was on Colbert's show and talking about how, you know, his crew are
is
like...
over Zoom, like, what'd you hit?
Yeah, and like, it's just funny to me because, like, obviously I know how to make everything work, but I can totally see that, and the frustration of trying to do some of that remotely, and trying to, like, I'm trying to mentally,
put myself in their shoes.
How would I teach my mom to set up a camera over FaceTime? I'm thinking, oh my lord, it would be really hard.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, so first level out the tripod. Okay, so now we gotta set the frame rate. Now we gotta set the shutter speed. Now we gotta set, you know, the f-stop. We need to... you need to have Dad hold this color check... Well, they wouldn't have a color checker. But this is a hypothetical, so they have a color checker. You got to get the color checker. We got to enable false color. We got to check the exposure. Lord. Decent camera talk. -1. -1. All right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern for something. Like I said, could be a short game. It could be Animal Crossing. We could just do another chill Animal Crossing stream. We don't know. We could like play together on each other's island or something too.
Yeah.
We could like fish together or something.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about that, but that could be fun.
And there's new fish because it's April.
Maybe we will do that. Maybe we'll do that.
Cappy.
Because honestly, I wouldn't mind doing that, and that's about as chill as you can possibly get. And
Yeah.
we'll just kind of relax.
Hi, bud.
Yeah.
Cappy's like, end the stream. I want lunch.
Yeah, if I come up with something better, then we can, but otherwise, maybe we'll just do that. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, folks. If you're going out, as always, please be safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And we will see you on tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, for a game.